Hello, everybody, and welcome to Club 38. This is our very first episode, titled 38 Special. I am one of your hosts. I am Allie Gal, and I am joined by Kate Gaiman.
Hello, everybody. This is like so exciting because we were just saying to the Twitch chat that we've been talking about this for a while. And if you guys are interested, we are live recording this the night before this is posted onto Allie's YouTube channel. So we're live recording on my Twitch channel pretty much around 9 p.m. Eastern. So come and hang out with us. If not, just enjoy the version we have up on Allie's channel afterwards on YouTube.
Absolutely, and also we will be uploading to Spotify as well.
Just need to get Avant's help with that.
If he's still here, Vaughn, I'm gonna need you.
It's all good. We'll get it figured out. But I figured since it's episode one, kind of just give a little quick intro about like who we are. Vaughn said he can help. Who we are,
Perfect.
kind of like how we got started in Swuggo, what our accounts are at. Because you said you picked up a second account, so I only know you to have the one account. So get familiar with that, and then also like how'd you get into streaming? Just keep it simple, quick. We'll move on to new news and the raid, and we'll also have viewer questions. So if you're watching
And
this,
speaking of raid, we just got raided by Ranger.
yeah, thank you for the raid, Ranger. And it's Desi and Finn as well, so we got to include them as well. So thank you guys so much. But yeah, and then we're gonna have viewer questions. So if you guys have any questions, join Allie's Discord. I totally forgot to disable notifications, so I don't know what that was, but something went off.
It's pinned.
Okay. So, well, for people who are watching this on YouTube, you'll have a link to the Discord in the description, I'm assuming. So they can join the Discord, go to the Club 38 section, post in the podcast questions, any questions you have, and we'll get to them at the end of the show. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, do you want to go ahead start off? What are your
Uh,
accounts? How'd you start with
sure.
Swagga? How'd you start with streaming?
So I run two accounts now. I have a 10.24 GP as of today and a 12.5 GP account. Um, the 12.5 one was just picked up after a friend kind of wanted to go, quit the game too much. I totally get it.
Yeah.
I have been playing since 2017. As an avid Star Wars fan, it just like popped up, and I was like, "Oh, sure, cool." And I quit as soon as like Luke came out, the Jedi Knight Luke, and I was like, "Oh, I don't have
Oh, so
these."
Jedi Knight, not Jedi Master.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Like as soon as those quest lines started, and I was like, I don't have all these relics and everything. I didn't know how to play it. My mods were terrible. I was at like a point 0.9 mod score, and I just stopped playing.
Okay, so then when did you come back?
Late speed bundles.
Oh, okay, so this is
Right.
relatively recently. Like in the past,
Yep.
what? How long have they been around now? Like a year?
2023, the Rape and Kylo
Was
bundle
it
came
then?
out.
Oh my god, I didn't realize it was that long
Yeah,
ago. Wow.
little
Okay.
over a year.
So then what made you want
And
to start streaming?
what got me started streaming was I don't know. I saw, uh, as you could tell by the hoodie, I moderate for Nooch Too Good. I picked up quite a bit from him and like Fat Phil and all the other streamers, and I saw all their like terrific like mod rolls and all that streamer luck, and I was like, I want that. I want that luck.
Ranger's like probably in the chat right now being like, where's that luck for me? So it's all
R.I.P. Ranger.
good. It's all good. So
Hey Desi, how you doing?
So yeah, so then for me, I have two accounts. So like my first one, I always refer to as my OG account. That one is 9.7 million. I've had that one since I started in like February of 2018. So I've had that one for a while. There is lightning outside. This is lovely.
Oh,
So yeah, I never stopped playing. I played all the way through, and then around probably I want to say 3 years ago now, I got Dylar's old account. He just gave it to me when he retired, and that one currently is 13.4 million. Kind of played all over the board. Like my OG account is in very much so a mid game guild, pretty relaxed. Um, the big account is in MC3, so I play with Ranger. And that one's actually pretty chill too for a higher end guild. But I played all over the board. I had an account before I got Dialars that was a early game account because at that point in time I was working on early game content. So I did that. But then when I got Dialars, I went and I played in Mall 2. Then I went to MCU, which I don't even think is a guild anymore, but that was like a more casual version, but like still upper end. And then I went into Mall Vanguard, and now I am in MC3. So I switched to there when I found out I was pregnant. So just a little bit more relaxed. So yeah, it's been a wild ride. So I've been actually streaming since I just passed my 5 year anniversary of streaming.
5 years. Wow, congrats.
Thank you. It's I mean I wasn't here the whole last year, so I don't know if I can really say it's 5 years, but I actually got started. It was at the height of COVID. COVID was just happening, and then I was just like, I was getting like anxiety, and I was like, this is a way for me to like talk to other people because I was working from home. So I didn't have any communication with like outside world. My husband was still going into work. So I just decided to start streaming, and it's kind of really silly actually thinking about it. Oh my goodness, got Desi with gifting the subs and starting a hype train. Thank
Here
you
we
so
go. We got
much,
the hype
Desi.
train, level 2. Thanks, Desi.
Thank you. But
Al-
yeah,
Also subbing herself.
Aw, did she? Aw, thank you, Desi. So yeah, I started streaming, but it was weird because I didn't know. Like, it sounds so stupid. Like, but my best friend in college, she streamed, and then we had another close friend who streamed. I just thought it's what you did. I didn't like know you could just be a viewer, and it just sounds really stupid saying now, but like I just didn't know any better. I didn't really watch any streams before I clicked that like go live button. So yeah, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but here we are 5 years later, and it's been a wild ride. So
That is crazy. I at least got the viewership experience for like, God, I've been watching Phil for over a year. Um, so I've seen it. I've been around it.
yeah, I didn't like know
That's
watching
crazy.
was it. It sounds so stupid saying like now, but I just didn't know was a thing. Like if I would have known, I don't know if I would have started streaming. But at the same time, I'm really glad I did start streaming because this community has just been amazing and like been with me through so much of my life, like just life events in the past 5 years, which it's crazy. So it's been fun, but
It has. It has. And I've only been doing it for, God, like 2 months, and it's already fun. 5 years is crazy.
it's weird because so like some people they're like, "Oh, you're like an OG." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm still like a new streamer. What are you talking about?" And it's like I look around like at you and like other people, and I'm like, "Oh man, I really am an old streamer. Like what?" So it's crazy.
Not to be confused with an old streamer like me.
Oh, stop it. Oh my goodness. All right, so there's our about us. So if you ever hear us talking about our experience, you kind of have an idea where we're coming from. So what do we have first? We have new news. So what did you want to go through first with that?
Okay, just to go over some news quick. As of today, we have the Morgan Elspeth, who is now accelerated. Disguised Clone Trooper can now be farmed in Cantina 4E. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was I guess we could talk about this a little bit later, was the bug for the Dark Raycron.
We could talk about this is our podcast. We could talk about whatever we want in whatever order we want. It does
True,
not
true.
matter at all.
We just have it down later for focus Data Crons, so we could hold off on that one. We'll come back to it.
Okay. Okay. It's whatever you want.
And then other news is the Smugglers 3.
What do you think about that? So we obviously have Smuggler 1 and 2, which are both mod focused events. Do you think Smugglers Run 3 is going to be a mod focused event?
I want to say yes, but then the other part of me is like, well, if they do that, then Jabba's kind of, what's the point of Jabba?
But so, well, there is other, like, you can go up a little bit. So Jabba's like the beginning of the 6 dot mods. You can go towards the
Yeah.
end, closer to like the 6D to like 6A, like that material. But I'm wondering if this is an intro to like almost the next progression of mods. I would not be thrilled about it, but it could be. I don't know.
Mods are already a little bit of a pickle for a lot of people, and moving up, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's almost just like progression of the game. Like we really haven't got that much progression. Like it's been a while since we got like something new like that. Like the last thing obviously was Data Crons.
Yeah, yeah. I could see that.
Just an idea. I
Data
don't know.
crons.
Well, it would
Data
then
crons
give
are
a
a whole
point.
touchy subject.
I don't mind them. I've never minded them. But we'll get to more about that. And Desi, thank you for another gifted sub. So
Thank you, Desi.
I don't know. I think this could go. It's either gonna be the 6D to 6A mod material, which that would make sense because that would be a step above Java. Unless they take a completely different route and don't do mods and do like Omicron Zetas, like what people are poor. Like, I know,
I
like,
would
I'm
prefer
Zeta poor
Zetas.
right now. I am so Zeta poor right now. So,
I need all the Zetas. If you've seen my spoiler account, I am so Zeta starved. It's not funny. I have
but that's
like,
the stuff that they could put in this new Smugglers run to
I'd be for
incentivize us
that.
to work on Hondo. I I don't know. I'm a little nervous. It's a new progression of mods, so we'll see. We'll see.
Hey Wolfie for coming in. It's great to see you. Thank you for stopping in.
Yeah, it's good to see a lot of people who like I know I haven't been streaming a ton recently, but it's really great to see like a lot of faces who I used to communicate with quite a bit. Like got the Wolf, we got DBK, Desi. If you're listening to this on YouTube or Spotify, come join us on Twitch. We hang out
Yes.
beforehand, and I'm sure we'll hang out a little bit after we're done recording and just have a good time.
It is twitch.tv/K8gaming underscore.
Yes. I guess I should say that. So,
Just for the people on
oh, Spotify, because they won't be
Spotify.
like seeing this. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right.
So again, that is K8 gaming underscore.
And then gonna be uploading to Ali's YouTube channel. So, okay, so we talked about Smugglers Run 3. We looked at the updates. Disguised Clone Trooper is now farmable. Couple bug issues that were fixed. I'm like just looking through
What do we
this like
think
really
about that
quickly.
being on a Cantina node, though? I mean, I knew it was bound to happen because every four people, one of them go on Cantina,
I'm
but
never thrilled to have Cantina farms because it takes away from working on my relic material, which I need to right now. So yes, it's easier, but I'm not thrilled about it because I don't know if you're running into the same. Um, oh, stop it, Thane. After all the advice, you just want me to use a Ouija board, and I ain't using a Ouija board. That's been a whole thing
no.
for like years. Like I refuse to use Ouija boards when we play Phasmo. I won't do it.
Oh no, there's no Ouija boards at all. I am a not to get into religion or politics, I'm a Wiccan. I don't like Ouijas.
I don't like Ouija boards. Don't. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But oh my god, where was I at? I totally forget now. But Cantina farms. I don't know
Yes.
about you, but I've been struggling a lot lately trying to figure out where to best use my crystals. And it has put me so far behind on working on relic levels towards the like Hondo, because I'm like, do I spend the crystals to go for the relic material to bring up like my Hondo to relic 9, and then we need the vet chewy, I think was one of the other requirements, which I currently have at like relic 3. I'm like, how am I supposed to work on this? And then all the marquees, like the new ones that are now farmable, but then also work on like the marquees that are just coming out, because it seems like you pretty much have to work on them when they're first released, or else it's just like you're like me with the clone troopers, because I didn't do them because I was just busy with life, and now I'm very far behind and don't have very high level troopers as a result.
Yeah, I'm a teacher, so especially at this point of the year, I don't have a paycheck. So it gets a little tough right now.
Yeah, so what are you putting your crystals towards
Uh refreshes
for?
currently. Um the clones, and I now have to stop signal data,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately,
For the clone trooper?
for Disguise Clone Trooper, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much the boat.
As I was telling the people in my guild, I was like, you know what? Yes, they're quick farms, but you're stopping your signal data income.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been like farming them as regularly as like I used to farm them every single day. So like for me, it's every single day working on the relic material, and then I always go through the 50s for the mod materials and new mods, and like I have my own little system I run with to figure out when to sell mods, when I want to upgrade, stuff like that. But I'm struggling now to like be like, okay, do I spend the crystals to bring up the relic material, or am I should be saving the crystals for the new marquees? That's where I run into, because I never have like, I think right now I have 5,000 crystals, and that's the most I've had in a really long time. But
That's
that
a
has
lot.
put me on a really slow farm for the two bad batch I'm missing and the clones. So,
I think I'm sitting at like 1,200 right now, just because I'm trying to save them for like the new character packs.
well, that's what I'm trying to save for. I'm like, well, if I can buy like 5 of the packs for the new marquees, like that's my goal, to buy 5 packs for each new marquee with the crystals. So I'm trying to save up to that, and then I'll be like a little bit more flexible with my spending.
Yeah, then they got the 1,200 crystal pack too. That's like 15 cards or whatever.
I know. I had been doing that, but then I was like, ugh, gotta do this and this and this just to make sure I'm making enough. So I know. I kind of like want to get it. Like, if I can get them day one when the character drops, I want to do that just so then I can max the levels and get as many like shards as I can running through.
Yeah, Ray Rock, this is my for those that don't know my channel, I am the Rebel. I I'm the Rebel Alliance, and this is my base.
We worked so hard to try and make sure we were both like on the screen with like the green screens and everything. That was like a whole thing, like Monday night.
Oh yeah, that was a trip.
Ugh. Of course, Bones is the one to like ultimately tell us how to switch your background. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Then we had to get Agnards in. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah, but it's all good. All right, so so is that pretty much all the updates? Oh, and then we had the Did you
The
see that like we're not getting the pirate era battles until August?
I saw that, and I mean, you know, okay, I do gotta say this. It kind of to me does make a little bit of sense
For
because
August?
not for August, maybe August. If you remember when the Dark Side Clone Troopers came out in their whole era battle, came out. Uh, It's meant for the four clones, and you only had Apple at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and it was such a headache to do. At least coming out in August, we have that time to build up the pirates.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take that as a little bit of a trade-off,
Yeah. Yeah.
but at least keep Nightfall and everything here on a good rotation to kind of make up for it.
I guess my thing was I kind of was hoping they would do like they seem to be doing with like what's it, the Jedi, the Temple guard, I forget his exact name. And
Temple Guard.
yes. And oh, what's the other one's name? The new character.
Deba.
Yes. Yes. I was hoping they would do it that where it's like you could just earn the shards still even though the characters weren't released, but like I guess August technically isn't that far away, but I was hoping to get it a lot sooner personally.
I get that. I just like the preparedness of it. I actually just today beat the Nightfall tier 2.
Nice. All right.
So let that kind of tell you how long it takes to get those anyway.
No, I know. I get it. It takes, yeah, a while. I think that was all. I mean, and then they had the raid fixes. That was pretty much. Have you done the raid since they added in, they did the bug fixes?
Not yet. I have to do that tonight.
I don't know if it
Um,
was just me or, but it seemed harder. You'll have to give it a
I can
try. It seems harder. Because
I
I
can
felt
see
like
that.
I went through the first run of it pretty smoothly and didn't change mods. Didn't put. It's probably not what they want. It's they want me to change my mods and put effort into it. And I got the 3 million because my teams are just not there. So for me, that wasn't bad. And I struggled to get like in the 2 point something million the other time. I had to try like a couple different things.
Really, that's
It
I
might
get
just be
why they
me. I
kind of
don't
want
know.
to
It
do
might
it.
just be me.
I get I try not to be too hard on CG and then they do stupid stuff like this.
I
Um,
feel like somebody else just said that recently, and I want to say it was probably Ranger. I'm pretty sure it was Ranger, actually.
Probably Ranger or Fat Phil. He's kind of the same thought process. Just because like I don't know. I get why they do a lot of this stuff, but at the same time they do stupid stuff. Like why would you put this raid the way they have it?
Yeah.
Like even if you released it later on, make sure everything's right, wait for the pirates to come out and um just run a rotation of the older rates so that way those Omicrons and everything that people put on like Leia and you
I'm
know,
sorry if you hear thunder in the background. We have the storm right
oh, you
over
are
us.
good. But just like those older Omicrons that people put on for the raid, just make use of them.
Yeah, and people are saying, ooh, that was a big one. Okay. People are saying in chat that you can still do the Tarkin solo. You can. I did do that one, but I'm wondering when they. I think during. Sorry, thunder is so
You're good.
loud.
That I love it. I love storms.
I like them, but not while we're trying to record. But I know they were trying to address an issue with the undersized squad, so I wonder if that's gonna fall into it.
I feel like that's their big reason, and then they have to realize that they people are undersized in this because they put it out the way they did.
Yeah,
And then it's like you kind of did this to yourself.
yeah.
And now you want to put all these fixes and everything to push people to get Hondo and
It's not even that.
I don't know.
If I can't undersize like at the point I'm at, I'm going to struggle to get raid scores that are half decent.
Yeah, and then you got your whole free to play people that are gonna struggle too, and it's just not good.
I mean, the only good thing we have is this raid we know will be around a year. So I feel like that should tell people they should work on their raid teams, but you never know what people are going to actually do.
I feel like it's gonna be more than a year though. The
Probably.
Gungans was only supposed to be 6 months, and that was around for forever.
Oh, yeah. It's always a lot longer, I feel like, than whenever they initially say.
So start do not hesitate to work on those raid teams. Those are gonna be important for a while.
So
So
if you were like a free to play, like very much so mid game player, what's the first raid team you would work on? Or I guess it really
uh
depends on your roster, but
Bad Batch.
really, why?
Just because they're a big team and they're not they're not accelerated yet, so they're not like heavily available, but
Mm-hmm.
they are free to play friendly, and they're a decent team.
Yeah, they actually did like even like my Bad Batch being like not too great. They actually did like pretty good in the raid so far for me for what
Like
I
I have
have.
two of them at Relic 5. I'm still farming, or I'm still sharding the sniper,
Crosshair,
can't think of his name. Crosshair, yes. And
probably
so I'm
Wrecker.
still sharding him, and I'm trying to get up the other two.
Okay.
But it's a progress.
See, I feel like so like actually I forgot to say in like the intro how I got into the game was like because of my dad. My dad actually plays, and we're in the same like my OG account is in the same guild as him. And so for him personally, he has Lord Vader, and I don't on that account. So like in his situation, we were talking about it the other day, and I was like, might not be a bad idea for you since you have Lord Vader to go towards the clones. Everybody has Tarkin at Relic 7 for the Lord Vader requirements, so that's actually like a pretty good raid team, but then it also gives you the clones for other game modes, which I don't think the Bad Batch has been doing as well in like GAC and TW. Whereas like you can use Lord Vader clones for a lot.
Yeah. Bad Batch, they're just kind of there.
Yeah, that's
But
kind of the impression I've gotten.
I don't know. I feel like you could probably make decent use of them somewhere and get somebody to overlook it. Like maybe on like a back wall in GAC.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely possible. Yeah, I personally know, like, in GAC, I've been struggling against the Lord Vader clone teams, especially it's the ones mainly that have the Apocron. So,
Yeah, I mean that's only going to be around for how much longer though?
yeah, but I think that will still provide you a pretty solid team, even once the Apocron goes away. But, I mean, you never know.
Odds are they'll give it another focus Datacron on like Scorch or somebody.
Oh, God. I mean, whatever. I don't know. Ugh, the focus datacrons we'll get to, but ugh, they're a mess. So, have you seen the kit that we got for Quigold?
Big old yes. What are your first impressions on that? I'm not super.
I mean, so I actually had to do a little bit of research to kind of like, because I'm not familiar with the pirate team they seem to be making. So, obviously, Quigold is a tank pirate, gonna use him in the raid. He's part of the raid team. Sorry, our neighbor is texting us about they got an alert from their house. I'm like,
Oh
oh,
no.
that's lovely. But the thing that stood out to me in his kit, because obviously he has all the like the steel mechanics. The pirates are gonna be known for the steel, which is basically dispel, and then the prophet, obviously. But the thing that really caught my attention was his special is gonna have it's focused on targeting Sith. because this ability has additional effects on them. I thought that when I first read it is it's trying to not necessarily offense versus Sith, but they're trying to, I think, prevent possibly Bane taking out this team. Because Bane takes out like everybody, almost.
He does. Maybe it could also be a counter to a Lord Vader.
But if you're going to run with Lord Vader clones, which is essentially the new team, the clones aren't Siths.
That's true, but it could be the counter to a little bit of Vader.
Yeah, definitely could be.
Bane that
I mean, for a pirate tank, I like the kit. I do like it.
it's pretty vanilla to me.
Okay.
It's an interesting kit. I love the buff steel. That part's new. That's interesting.
Makes sense for a pirate, though.
I don't see where the Sith hate is coming from with these guys.
I really think it's just so Bane can't take this team out.
But are you really gonna use Bane on the pirates, or are you gonna use him on like Leia?
But that's what it's going to depend on how many counters this team's going to have for it. Like, if it comes
That's true.
out and it was like, if Bane is the only thing you can use to take out this team, people are going to use Bane here versus Leia. Leia, I've been mainly using on offense. So, I don't see many Leias on defense anymore.
No, that's mainly your. I mean, she's the counter to a lot of other stuff that you need her for, like the Rey Hazara, um, Ben that everybody's got.
Yeah, and then Thane's making a good point that keep in mind these tunes will be used with GL Hondo. Like, yeah, we pretty much they're trying to make his team with Ithano, Quigold. They've said Kix is coming. So I actually had to look into it. So I didn't realize that Ithano was like the leader of the Crimson Corsair. So the what I saw was like obviously they said it in the post too. Quigold is Ithano's first mate. Kix was the former clone trooper that. Sorry, I thought I heard like something going off. So Kix also coming into this kit, but then you also have the mechanic Revith, which is a Twi'lek, possibly could come in as like a support or a healer type, and then you have a Gamorrean called Squeaky, which I think is awesome.
I
I
love
don't know
that.
like anything about him, so
I
but that's
have no
gonna
clue
fill
who
out
any
your
of these
team.
guys are.
Neither do I,
Like,
but I have a feeling they're probably going to be the other marquees. Like, yeah, they've announced Kicks, but I think we'll probably get these other two because that'd be five that fill out a team until you get Hondo.
they got the other pirates coming out though, like later. The other half, like the people from Skeleton Crew.
Oh, they did say that?
Yeah, they had the six marquee people out, and then it was the wolf guy, uh another one of them, and then the main Jad were the three.
That's another TV show. We were just talking about TV shows on Ranger Stream. That's another TV show. I think I saw like 2 episodes. I gotta watch the rest of it.
It was a good one, for being a kid's one. It was cute. I watched it with my son.
Aw.
We had
But
a good time.
that's awesome. I gotta watch it. But yeah, they're basically building the Hondo team. But I'm curious to see how this Hondo team is going to shape out, like what they're going to be really used to take out and who's going to take them out. So I don't think we're going to know that by just having two characters of it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I'm curious to see what the rest of it, if being the rest of the skeleton crew, who do you pull in as his other two?
I don't
Or do
know.
you use the other Hondo? And
I'm sure there's going to be so much testing that goes on once this is actually released. Okay, so let's see.
and then what gets pulled? You know how like Hezro was pulled
Yeah,
right away.
works better with Ray than. I mean, yes, you can use Ezra with Ray, but you kind of also need it. It's a situation where if you pull Ezra off the Ray team, put it or not off the Rey team, off the Ahsoka team, put it on the Rey team. Now your Ahsoka team is not that great and can be taken out easier. Or you put it with Ahsoka and then, but like Rey can hold her own regardless, but just with Ezra in
But
there,
yeah, yeah,
good
that's a
luck.
nightmare.
Good luck. Good luck.
Those three are a nightmare. And I've been running into a lot of her and just Slacker on defense.
Oh, well, yeah, because of the focus Datacron. So all the time. My wall on GAC is pretty much Ahsoka, Rey. Well, with the Barris Cron now, I slotted in Barris instead of Ezra. So Ezra is going back with Ahsoka. So I have the Rey, Ben, Barris with Barris Cron, and then Slacker. I put JML on. And my wall looks kind of gross. So, but
I hope I don't face you. I
I
mean,
would.
my big account's in Kyber too, so I don't think I
That's where
should,
I am.
but
I'm in Kyber
oh
too.
no.
I keep waiting for the day I get paired up against Bones. That's the day I wait for.
I've been looking since I took this account for like anybody.
Me and Logan actually got matched with each other before we knew each other. Like right before we knew each other, like the week. So.
It's awesome. And I'm sure he probably lost and swore up and down and
Yeah. But let's see. Okay.
all
I
right. So
think that was pretty much the new news that we wanted to cover. Give like the fact that Bones is in Kyber is scary. Okay, it's I forget whose account it was actually. I don't know if it's Bones' account, but somebody's. Yes, Bones is in Kyber. I believe he's like Kyber 2 or 3. I don't know for sure though.
but Bones keeps losing.
Yeah,
Ray
well,
Rock.
he does. So it's all good. All right, so we got through the new news. We got through Quiggold. Talked about the raid a little bit. Um, did you want to look at the pack? You said you sent me a pack?
Yes, I did. So I was covering up on the um in a video I had said like moving forward, CG's kind of changed the way that people farm the new marquee characters. Um, Instead of buying the individual packs and just taking a gamble on it. If you go to your DMs, I sent the two packs.
Oh,
Um,
I'm gonna have to bring it up on my phone, or else it's gonna replace your photo
okay.
with the pack photos.
Okay. So the first one is $30.
Is this in the game? Like, oh, I can access it. Just tell me
It
where to go.
it
And
currently is. But the second one you can't because that's the first one actually uh leads into the second pack.
so where's this?
So store.
Athano pack.
It's the 28.49 one.
5% off. Lovely. Okay, so it's this one.
So, yes, that gives you 30 shards and all the extra stuff.
And then just to
Five
give some
ohms.
people a little bit of background, I typically don't spend any money in the game. I did have an experiment this one time, though. I did get the episode pass just kind of to get an idea of if I like it or not. So I told Allie, just find me a pack that you think is interesting and let's take a look at it, because some of these pack prices, I'm like, oh my god, people pay for that. So
Yeah. Well, and then when we get to the second one here, so you buy this one and this
okay,
unlocks the next one, which is
it unlocks
70.
it. Like you can't get to
Yes.
it until you buy
Like
this.
you buy this one first and then
Okay,
it unlocks the next one.
so I can't even see the next one.
Nope.
Okay,
If you buy it, it'll pop up in the store, but
so 28.49 for 30 shards of Athano. The
and then the
5
next one,
Omicrons are really what make this pack, I feel like. But
yeah. I feel like that's a great value. You're paying a dollar for per
a
shard
shard, yeah.
and uh 5 Omis.
It's not bad. I don't know. The other stuff,
It,
it's just there. I'm like, that's nothing. It's you're
and
buying this only for the shards and the omis.
oh yeah, absolutely. And then the next bundle,
I got a
and
whole
then
lot
I
of
guess
them.
this is where the next one comes in, is why you would buy this, is the next one is $70.
It's 70. What is this?
$70.
Hold on, I gotta find this. And
That's the one that would unlock.
you can't even access it until you buy this.
Yes.
So you get 100 shards. Okay, so more of a discount, so it's less than $1 per shard. Makes sense. So you'll have 130.
Yes.
So you
For
basically spend $100 to get 130 shards and 5 omicrons.
yes. And then you also get 20 for the episode pass, which I buy that every episode. That's a constant buy. So as soon as you unlock it and then get the episode pass, that gets you into that place where you could start unlocking the shards, and then you spend $100 on this, and
What?
between that and the Ascension pack, which is another
I've seen
$80
them.
to go all the way through, that gets you pretty much a whole marquee.
Didn't they used to be in here? Did they move?
It should still be. It's gone.
Yeah, I was like, I could have swore I saw it the other day.
So basically, for $100 and then an extra 80, you're paying 180 to basically get a full marquee character instead of the, what was it, two to
I
three
meant it,
hundred.
I mean, it's better than I remember talking to, I think it was Zareth, and he said he had gotten one of the marquees and it was like $300 because you're just trying to, and I mean, it could range, like, it could be 300, it could be more, it could be less, because you were doing those chance packs to unlock the character. So, I mean,
And
yes, it is
a lot of
less
it's
than
like
that.
7 or 5.
Oh my goodness, that's still so much money.
I know, but it's way less, and you're guaranteed it.
That's the good
That's why
thing. You're
I feel like
guaranteed.
that they're pushing this out, and this is gonna kill the chance packs because they're gonna be like, oh well, I'm guaranteed to have it off
But when did this
$180.
drop? So when did this drop? Did this drop when the character was released? I would think not, probably.
Yes. The day that the marquee comes in, they drop this.
And the Ascension packs?
And the Ascension, yes. So
Oh, so
potentially
if they
day
drop
one,
this
you
at the
could be
same
getting everything.
I was gonna say if they drop this at the same time, that makes sense to get this over than doing the chance packs. I mean, I wouldn't get this ever, but it makes sense. My goodness. Oh my god.
I feel like this is what CG is trying to push, but I see it as a good
It
value if
still
you're gonna,
blows my mind though. Like, what did you say that was? Like $180 for the marquee?
and the Ascension.
But we're in a cadence where we have so many marquees. Are you gonna spend 180 every single time there's a new
Oh
marquee?
God. Every
Because
two
that's gonna add
weeks.
up really fast. Yeah, that's just
It's
gonna
a
add up
pretty,
really quick.
but people do it. Like Arnold is doing it. They're all doing
He
it.
can write it off. That's why he does it. He can write it off. I can't afford to do that right now.
I can't either. If you guys want to like and subscribe, I will do this. That write it off.
She's like, if you want to pay for it, I will do it.
Oh, I will gladly do it. I'm not monetized on Twitch or YouTube, but I am on Twitch.
I just, that's a lot of money if you really think about it, because you're spending that every 2 weeks. So you're spending over 400, no, over $300 every 2 weeks.
$360 every 2 weeks.
So basically,
Plus
like
plus 20 for the episode
700
pass every couple months.
every month because it's in a 4 week rotation. So you're spending every month. You're getting the $20 for that. Then you're getting a lot of people do I don't do the conquest pass, but I know a lot of people do that. That's a lot of money. And I get the point that Thane is saying better than spending 300. Yes, I know that. I know it's better than spending 300, but still a lot. Between these new packs and events, you can 7-star a tune for $100. That is probably why they are pushing back the event until next month. Probably. It's better than spending 300 before.
And hey, Agnards, great, good to see you.
Yeah, thank you for all your help the other night. Sorry we probably drove you nuts. So Exo made a good point now too that he stopped buying Conquest when the episodes came out. So do you think you said have you bought the Conquest passes?
I was recently I stopped
Okay, so
this
you stopped too.
actually just now.
Is it because of
But
the episode?
it was because of the Proving Grounds.
Oh.
So I was getting the Pass Plus because I had to catch up on all the old characters on my other account because I stopped playing, so I missed them all.
Okay.
So I was buying the Pass Plus so that way I could quickly farm everybody and get the basically get them twice as quick because it's a year and a half
Mhm.
without anything.
Okay. Or if you're like me, it's a lot longer when you just forget to do that stuff.
I'll
But
remind you.
when I was MIA for the year after I had the baby, and even when I was pregnant a little, I forgot on the OG account to get the Proving Grounds shards. So, like, just unlocking Ben. I'm 5 shards short of Ben. Like, I'm almost there, but I should not have taken this long at all.
If you wanna, God, I'm actually glad you say that because I might actually have to use you
Oh,
to
God.
like do the proving ground so we could record it and be like, okay, these teams work, these teams don't.
If you need me to do something, I'm pretty much missing everybody on that account. Because I
Hey,
don't do conquest on my OG account. It's way too much. It's you pick one or the other for me having 2 accounts and not a ton of time. I can't sit and do 2 conquests. I pick and choose.
oh yeah, I'm going through the
Unfortunately,
two
it
right
gets the short
now,
end of the
and
stick.
the two right now is a nightmare.
No, no thanks. I just cut my losses and just I'm done. But so you said you're not doing the conquest pass. Is that literally just because of the episode pass?
I think it's just because I don't need it now. I guess I do because you get all the bonus SME shards and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that would,
But doesn't
but I
that only
believe
like result in you only got a gold crate like 1 time and then you still gotta get red crate like 2 times?
I think so. I've never actually red crated to know. I got I'm at the point where I get the silver and gold crate, and I could usually get a character like 2 or 3 conquests after they're out. Like I just actually got Jocasta.
Okay. Yeah, so with my big account, I red crate every single time. Um, so I'll get the character, so I've never seen a need to get the conquest pass. The episode
Okay.
ones kind of seeing how I like it. I'm not saying I'm gonna buy it. It was just one of those. I'm like, let me just see like what this is all about. Is it worth $20? And
Okay, well what about they're talking about
the cup
the cut
packs.
bundle.
Me and
What
Johnny
about
were
that?
talking about this like the other week because it was just so funny how they sold. He said 250,000 cup packs. That's just we were talking about it the like a couple weeks ago. That's just crazy. That so many people bought this cup pack.
I totally did, not gonna lie.
Was it for $5?
It was for $5. That was
I
it.
totally missed this pack. I probably would have bought it just for giggles.
I mean,
Just because why
that
not?
and it's a rote character. You need it at what, R8, Relic
I
8 anyway.
guarantee you, because they did that, it's going to be a requirement now for Hondo. It's
I
going to be the
hope so.
one character nobody wants to relic that you guys spent the $5 on and now you got.
I hope so. That would be so great.
I mean, didn't it bring it up to, I want to say Johnny said, what, relic?
9.
That's what I thought. I was like, 9 can't be right. But that's a lot of material.
It
So five
saves so
bucks,
much
that's totally
material.
worth it, even though it's cup. But I can totally see
It
them
was so
saying
much
cup is going to be
material.
a requirement.
Exactly. It was just so much material you save to get it to Relic 9. And again, it's a operations tune. $5, absolutely.
Somebody should have told me. Nobody told me there. I mean, that's my fault, but
I
nobody
wasn't
told me
streaming
that
at
was
the
a
time.
pack. I'm just going to blame Johnny because he totally knew.
I wasn't on the Twitch side at the time. I was YouTube.
Ah, you didn't come to the dark side. It's okay.
Not yet.
It's okay.
I was too busy watching that Egnard's guy.
I set my R9 cup with Padme and GAC and TW. I'm getting my money's worth. Of course you are, Thane. That is such a Thane thing to do. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see.
Don't watch him. He sucks.
Jeez. Alright, you want to head over to viewer questions. So, just as a reminder, if you want, join the Discord that is pinned in this chat. Go to the podcast questions and put a question there if you want, and we will get to them at the end of every episode. So, do you want to say the questions or you want me to go through them?
Sure. Number one is from Egnard's. Uh, Hi, ladies, first time listener and first time caller. I'm hoping you don't follow Avant rules here because I've got a doozy. Using a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about the overall state of the game right now? How has this changed from how you felt at roughly the same time period last year? And using your own timeline of playing, when do you feel you were most satisfied with the game itself?
So, let's go question by question here. So, let's just start with the first one. Let me switch back to the other screen. So, we'll start with the first question. So, how do you rate the game right now? 1 to 10, 1 being you absolutely hate it. Why are you still playing? 10 being perfect, doesn't need any changes.
I give it, I gotta go 7.
Okay. What do you think could use improvements?
Overall farming, I feel like to catch up, unless you're paying buku amounts of dollars, it just takes so long and it's kind of dragged out. That even with like accelerated characters, it still takes a long time to farm these guys and get them to where you need. And a lot of that is captured by like Zeta and mods and everything, and they're just not there unless you get how many Zetas a month. I feel like that could be accelerated
Yeah.
and it would speed things along so much quicker.
Gotcha. And I just want to take a second to appreciate the stat that Agnar's brought up. He said, just looked up the cup stats. There are 54,000 R9 cups in the game right now, and he's the 6th highest Relic 9. That's insane. That's awesome, but that's insane.
Right after the Poncho Bros.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so my rating. So if you would have asked me before this Dark Side Raycron, I would have said an 8. Um, Pretty happy with everything. TW definitely needs a refresh. Just personal opinion. GAC could use one as well. My big complaint is just, we've talked about it a couple times already, with you're pretty much forced to make decisions of, I'm going for the new marquee, so I gotta save my crystals. Like, just being how I play the game, I have to save my crystals, and I don't really like that. I mean, I get it, it's part of the game, but just me personally, I'm not a huge fan of it. After the Dark Side Raycron, I would say 6.57, somewhere around there. Because, and this could just purely be where I play, because I know my OG account does not see Dark Side Raycrons ever. Doesn't. I'm also in Bronzium, which I should not be in. So I never see them there. But I see the Dark Side Raycrons every single time on a front wall in GAC. And it just makes me not want to do the game mode. And that is my favorite game mode. Because have you ever looked up the stats of going against like the Supreme Leader Kylo,
Yeah,
with
they're
Kylo and the Dark
abysmal.
Side? Like the highest win percent is like 50 something percent, which I just think is like that's insane. It
I
brings me
actually
back to
found
like
a
the Dodgecron
68.
era. It's 68 now.
If you use Jedi Master Kenobi
Is it with the cat and the mace
with
team?
the Yoda Cron,
But then you're taking away a whole nother team.
that's the only way. That's a
And that's
68%.
68%. That's still not good.
That, that that's crazy that that is your best bet right there.
Yeah, like it just makes me like as a streamer, it makes me not want to stream my JACs at all because I'm just like I'm gonna get stuck. This JAC is gonna be like 20 minutes, including me just rambling. Like it's
I
not
felt
gonna like I'm not gonna get past this front wall.
I felt so bad the last time I streamed because I full cleared on my little account and then I went into my Kyber and I was like, all right, here we go. We're gonna do good. And Kylo lost, and I was like, oh, that pretty much does that because he full cleared me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, this is how we're doing it. All right.
I went one GAC where it was like I kept my crons, like my focus data crons, because I was like, I want to see how these work, blah, blah, blah. The person I went against had both the crons on defense, and I'm like, screw it. The next round, I put mine, I like pretty much put an FU defense like up because I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. So since I've done that, I don't think anybody's got past my front walls, but I don't think I've gotten past anyone else's front walls either.
I feel like if you do that, all you got to do is get through the top, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
that's
so
generally how I look at it. If I could just get through one wall,
the thing is, there's a
cool.
lot of powerful crons out right. Not a lot, but there's quite a few powerful crons out right now. So it's like you have the two focus data crons. You have with Padme or well Queen Amidala. If you, I didn't even realize this until we were talking to Ranger about it. If you use the Krennic cron, it actually makes Amidala ridiculous.
Yeah, we were talking about that before they even launched on I was on Scoundrels that night. I was like, and young Skywalker actually brought that up and I was like, "Oh my God. That's
I actually,
crazy."
once Ranger said that, I bought the cron in the store. And I'm like, I'll work on it when I can. But that's a team I see on defense all the time. And I don't even think I've seen with that cron, so I can't even imagine about like what it's gonna be. But then you also have the Barris cron, which makes the Ray team incredibly hard to beat in times. Like you can't just use the Ufus on it. So
And then you just toss Hezra back over with Glut
Ahsoka.
and that team's better.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things going on right now that's why I would rate it so low because it's just I love GAC. That's my favorite game mode, and it's just not enjoyable to me right now because I can't get through anybody's front wall. They can't get through mine, but I also can't get through theirs. It's just it doesn't make me too happy. So,
And then part two, using your own timeline of playing, when do you feel you were most
oh, we
satisfied
skipped
with the
one.
game?
We skipped one. How has this changed from how you felt at roughly the same time period last year?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that was part of the same. Okay.
Last year I had a 3 week old, so my mind was not on the game at all. So I am not the person to ask that.
Last year, actually, funnily enough, in Fatfield's server, I compared January, just January, on my old account to now, and I went from 3 GLs and God, I was in Chromium, and in that time I got now five and all these conquest characters and everything else and Darth Bane, and in 5 months it's grown immensely. So I'm pretty happy with it.
I was about to say, that sounds like a good year. Yeah, my year pretty much went, had a baby, pretty much went MIA, became a very crappy guildmate, probably. Actually, I know I did, because I had my guild leader, like, Are you gonna do this? Like, I'll do it. Okay.
No.
It was kind of like the kick in the butt I needed. Then I got my stuff straightened out. Um, so yeah, I'm a bad person to ask about this time period last year because I wasn't really around. Okay, so then, and using your own timeline of playing, when do you feel you're most satisfied with the game itself?
Oh God. Probably about 2 months ago. Like right as I got Bane, it was before I got Queen Amidala and everything. So I was just hitting this new Zeta and everything wall that I'm at now. So it was like directly before that. I had just gotten Bane and Leia up, and in GAC I just started actually winning because I had those two available, and it was just like,
Does this also
and
line up when you started streaming?
yes, actually. So as soon as I got them, it just immediately opened up everything, and then I hit all the other conquests, and it's like Zeta Wall,
Oh
go up to a
my.
Rhodium, and I'm like, oh man, I just got like to a point where I actually had teams for offense, and now I'm tossing two more in.
Jeez. Let me think about this. So, I associate like the time most satisfied with how the game is and everything like that is when I'm having the most fun. And I would say I had the most fun probably around 3 to 4 years ago. Like, I was pretty much a year into streaming, had a lot of close friends. I still got a lot of close friends in the community, but I felt like the community morale was just a lot higher. And it was genuinely just a good time. Like, I know you didn't know me back then or anything, but I had a streaming partner, the Llama, and we just had such a fun time. Like, I miss the Llama. I hope they're doing well. If they're watching this, I miss you. But we used to have, like, we would do our streams together, and then at the end of their stream, there was this reward on their channel, which was called Make Llama a Metalhead. Because Llama and I listened to two completely different styles of music, and they were terrified of like the screamo music I would listen to, and they had this reward for Make Llama a Metalhead, and it got redeemed every single time without fail. One of us would redeem it. So at the end of their stream, we would all pick a song, and most of the time it was me. Sometimes it was like DBK. Sometimes it was DJ. Like, there was a couple of us who like had different song choices for Llama, and they would just freak out. Like, what in the world are you making me listen to? And then like we just had a good time. Like, that was also, we did speed JC together. Um, as stressful as that was, because we had the speed GAC where there was a couple of different content creators, and I don't think a lot of people realize. So the speed GAC was before I had Dialer's account. So I at the time only had JML and Kenobi, as they were my only GLs I had. And Lord Vader was out. Lord Vader was the new character. So, and Thane will remember this because I'm pretty sure I drove him nuts. Asking, like, can you help me learn these counters? I got a week and I gotta learn these counters. And I remember messaging Thane one night and being like, I didn't realize the test accounts like maxed out the amount of attempts. Like, you know, when you do squad arena, like you get to a point
Yeah.
where you max out. The test accounts did too, and I didn't know that. So I
Oh
messaged
no.
Thane like freaking out. I'm like, the account maxed out. It's got all these crystals, but I can't get through the squad arena. Oh my god, it was a mess. But it was just so much fun. We had a lot of fun back then. I sound so old saying all of that, but
I still love that you have everybody in chat that are like, "Oh, I miss Llama. That was amazing."
yes, yes. We had a good time. Like, it was just so much fun. But,
I love that though. That's how this game should be.
oh yeah. And like Llama and I met up in person too, and it was funny. Their wife and my husband are both the like talkative people, and like normally we're not, so they just talk the whole entire time. And we're just like, yep, this is like, usually I'm the shy one, usually Llama was the shy one. And their wife and my husband just took over the conversation, and it was a good time. So,
That's amazing though.
oh, it was so much fun.
All right.
Thane
So,
tried to warn me, but you kept look, I thought since it was a test account that it wouldn't max out. I was totally wrong. But I tried really hard to learn the GL counters.
okay. So next question from Caleb Wheeler. This is a two. First question, who let Egnards in here? That was me. We needed a little help setting up the screen, so we had to drag him in. He could be booted at any time. Um, Second question, what are your thoughts back-to-back pirate conquest units?
So I didn't realize Maz Kanata is the next one. Ranger had to tell me that earlier too. I'm excited for Maz Kanata though.
I am too, to an extent. I mean, I'm excited that it's like a name character, but Maz,
I'm just curious how this is gonna go with these. Like, what are the pirate teams gonna be?
that is a good question. I mean, you got Smee mixed in here too, so how's
Yeah,
he gonna fit into all this? And
I feel like somebody was saying he would actually fit in with an Afro team really well. I forget who said that, but somebody had said like he might actually slot in the Afro team as the fifth.
he is a droid.
Yeah,
Interesting. He is a tank. That'd be good. He is a tank, right?
I don't remember. Let me see. I have the game up. No, he's an attacker.
Oh, okay. You see, they need a tank
They do.
because you really don't want to pull Chrysanthemum away from Jabba.
Well, really, the only reason people were pulling Chrysanthemum away was because of the Afrocron. Because it had
Yeah,
a special for Chrysanthemum in there.
I feel like they still do though.
It'll be interesting. I'm not sure how this split is gonna go. So, I mean, am I mad about it? No. I'm just, I don't feel like I'm seeing the full picture.
Watch Herbie the Jabba lifter or the Hondo lifter,
Probably.
and
I think they said, didn't they say that? Like, one of the Conquest Unit pirates, whatever, is going to be the lifter for Hondo?
yeah, I could see her going with Hondo in like these first batch of the pirates, and then me going with the second half of them, the skeleton crew ones.
I could see that. Because wasn't Smee in Skeleton Crew?
He was.
The one
He, wa-
episode or two episodes I saw, he was there.
yes, he actually was. I don't want to spoil it. Um,
If you spoil it, it's my fault that I didn't watch it. It's been out for long enough.
True. I usually put like a month ban on the episode. That's my
It's been way
rule.
longer than a month.
Uh, Smee kind of worked for Jot at one point, so
Okay.
I
I'll
could
watch
see
it
that one.
eventually. But yeah, I mean, I was excited for like having a pirate faction, so I just wish I knew more of the pirate characters. Obviously, I know Maz Kanata and Hondo, but a lot of these other ones, I'm like, who are they? So
I just wish they weren't attached to this raid.
yeah.
I think they would come across way better if it wasn't tied to this raid.
But then, what's the point of having them? Like, what would incentivize you to get them? Because the main draw is the raid right now.
But they're already max creating it without it. So
That's only a couple guilds. That's I don't know. They did implement like fixes and they're investigating stuff, so I'm sure there's going to be more stuff coming down the line to make it so we aren't max creating. like right
Yeah, I
off
mean
the
that's
rip.
why they're like, oh no, we'll let him go, and then when Hondo gets closer, we're gonna you can't do it anymore.
Jeez. All right, we got the next question.
All right. From Marshmallow, what are your thoughts on Levy mirrors compared to the other mirror matches?
I love
Some
them.
members of my guild say it's the worst one in their books. If you couldn't do a Levy mirror, what ship fleet would you pick for a counter?
I love the mirror matches because you can win it every single time, 100%. Like, I don't mind climbing an arena now because I know I'm going to win. But if you have, I I don't see Leviathan on defense like ever. So I mean I feel like pretty much a lot of people where I play save Leviathan for offense. Because if you see a mirror, you're not really going to beat it any other way.
Exactly. The when I took over my Kai this account, um, he actually did have Leviathan on defense, and I yanked that right out. I was like, no, that's no. It's such an easy mirror, and I kind of want it on offense because of that reason.
Yeah.
That an Executor is such a pain in the butt for me. I cannot that ship I cannot beat at all. So I'm hoping that Levy being here is going to be like, okay, you know what, Executor, I'm just going to toss Leviathan at it. Goodbye.
There's actually quite a few counters now for Executor. And they're pretty solid. Like you can use Negotiator against it. You can use oh, what's Tarkin's ship's name? You can use that ship. Or yes, Tarkin, not Thrawn. So
Johnny B just said that we put a time limit on Kate watching Skeleton Crew. Failure to watch results in a mandatory rewatch
oh
of Hamilton.
god. Not Hamilton again. So okay, so you don't know anything about that. Um that was an ongoing thing on my channel for a long time because I had never seen Hamilton. So as one of our charity goals, so Johnny was actually there. We did a 24-hour stream for to write Love on Our Arms, and one of them was to watch Hamilton if we met a certain amount. And we hit it. So then one night we were all hanging out in Discord watching Hamilton. I couldn't follow it to save my life. Because, I mean, you're in Discord, you're trying to watch this movie for the first time. There's a lot going on, and they're just singing the whole
Yeah,
time, and I don't do good with just singing. Because I'm like, what are they talking about? So,
I love musicals, and I have never seen that either.
I didn't like it, but I don't think I understood what was going on. I know I had Llama cracking up because the commentary was just, oh my goodness, it was awful. Like, my commentary was awful, not the movie was awful. It's just, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Now the big thing they're trying to get me to watch is Lord of the Rings. So, if Kate doesn't watch Skeleton Crew, I will hop on that Ghostbusters game she plays and use the Ouija board. Noob Lady does that to me all the time, though. Like, people use the Ouija board, and I just make sure I'm nowhere near them.
It's a good
So,
call.
they can use it. Just don't put it anywhere near me. That's about it.
I've already told my boyfriend and everybody, I do not allow those near me at all.
Mm-mm.
It's a big no.
Mm-mm. Can't do it. Bane's always trying to get me to use a Ouija board in Phasma, and I refuse. I will
Nope.
not.
I won't do it either. I'm with you.
Ugh. So was that the last viewer question?
That was. Unless anybody has anything else.
Yeah, I mean, we
I
can
guess the second part to that would be what ship fleet would you pick for a counter?
for Leviathan.
Yes.
Leviathan, because I'm never gonna have it on defense.
Uh, If you couldn't do a levy, what ship? I
I
guess
would
I
just
would
give up.
do.
I would just give up.
I I've tried Empire, and I think that's probably your best bet. Either that or a negotiator.
Oh God, what did Thane ask? Has Kate finally learned how to use the malevolence? Just gotta use specials with it. Ain't that hard, Thane. Johnny says
Nope.
nope. Well, you'll be relieved to hear that Johnny told me to put Malevolence on defense, so Malevolence is now on defense for me. But I know how to use the fleet. I do know how to use it. Do I
No
use it
reason to know
properly?
it.
Probably not, but it works for me, and that's all that matters.
I feel like that half the time. Like I'll be streaming and I'll do something, and they'll be like, "Why did you do that? This is how it's supposed to go." And I'm like, "Hey, it works.
Yeah, I do that all the
If
time.
it ain't broken, don't fix it."
I'm like, I got this. Don't worry. It might be wrong to you, but this works. So,
Exactly. In my head, it works.
but all right, I think we can wrap it up there. We've gone for like an hour and 15 now. If
Okay.
anybody has any, let's say, constructive feedback, let us know. And then be sure to put your questions into the Discord for next week. And we should be back on Tuesday. So we'll be streaming on my Twitch channel Tuesday around 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Allie will upload it in the morning to her Twitch YouTube channel and
Yes.
Spotify,
And Spotify. I will post the links in our Discord,
pending
so
Avant's help.
make sure you join the Discord for that.
Yeah, and make sure you grab the roles tag so you can see when both of us go live and then also when we go live with the podcast.
Absolutely.
All right.
Um,
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this momentous day.
Been looking forward to it for a while.
I love that we finally have like a female hosted show. This is great.
It's pretty cool. And like we said, if people have constructive feedback, please tell us if there's stuff you would like to see added to. Like, our format's pretty fluid right now, so we're figuring it out. It's only episode 1. So thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you next week.